All right, guys, today we're gonna get this 1972 Ford F100 running and driving under its own power. Let's do it. All right, guys, we've rescued this truck. We got it running, but it was running rough because the carburetor is old and worn out, needs to be rebuilt. I tried to rebuild it, but I had the wrong kit. So I just went ahead and ordered one that was already rebuilt from Guaranteed Carburetors. Those guys are awesome. I've ordered from them before. Check out this carburetor. All right, let's check out this carburetor. This is from Guaranteed Carburetors in Florida. They're over by Tampa, I think. And it looks nice. I was gonna rebuild that one, but I didn't have the right kit. And honestly, for the amount of time and money it takes to do this properly, you can't beat it. Shipped and packaged really nice. They do a really nice job. Looks brand new. Yeah, I don't think I could have done that nice of a job. That would have taken a long time. And those guys have the knowledge and experience and tools. They know what to fix. And they bench test them. There's our little gasket for the air filter. We got a gasket and a spacer. Looks real nice. All right, I'm excited to get this hooked up. Let me get that other one off real quick. We'll hook this up. It shouldn't take long. I also picked up a Motorcraft solenoid, so we have a proper new solenoid. And I got a key switch, a Motorcraft key switch. And I'm gonna reuse this key cylinder. This is from the 68 Ford that I have. And I'm pretty sure it works, but if it doesn't, I picked up a new key cylinder as well. These are only $9, $10 on Rock Auto. So I'll show you how that pops out. You put a little paper clip in here in that little hole right there, and you pull it out and you just put the new one in. But I'm going to see if this one works first. Yeah, this thing's sweet. Look at how nice it is. They must soda blast it because it looks perfect. You know, the average guy can rebuild a carburetor, but to do it right, it takes a professional. Someone that's been doing it. Those guys have been doing it for a long time. They know what they're doing. You can compare it to the one that came out of the truck. It's the same exact carburetor. This one looks brand new, and it should run like it's brand new too. All right, cool. Let's get this thing on there. So this is the carburetor I swapped out. This is one that was originally off the Swamp Dragon. And it ran a little bit better, but it's pretty rough too. So it needs to be rebuilt as well. So I'm gonna pull this one back off, and it's pretty easy. We just got some 7/16, 4 7/16, 1/2 inch, 9/16, a spring, and that'll pop right off. I love working on these old trucks because you can just climb up in here. It's pretty cool. I gotta get a C-clip for that overdrive. Or step down, where that damn thing's going. I brought some vacuum caps too in case we need to cap anything. If it runs and drives okay, everything goes into gear and we can drive it around, I'm going to order master cylinder, brakes and all that. Take a look at the brakes. Have to order a new gas tank. But I want to make sure it runs and drives before I do any of that stuff. And we're also gonna once we determine that it's running good on this carburetor, on the new carburetor, we'll take it back off at some point, and we're gonna pressure wash and clean this engine bay really good because it's nasty. Hey guys, check out this pressure washer for Giraffe Tools. This is the Grand Falls G30A. Check out these before and after pictures. That's a sidewalk in front of my house, and these are the wheels on my truck. They came out perfect. All right, let's get this installed. All right guys, there it is. That was pretty easy. Let's get the water hooked up, the electric hooked up, and see how this thing works. Connect it to my water hose. Check out how far I go out into the driveway and come back with no problem. Retractable hose is 100 feet long. I really like the auto retractable feature. It keeps the hose nice and neat, and it's very easy to access. Look at how quickly and easily it removes the dirt from the sidewalk. Very satisfying. This tire's got some dirt on it. Let's see if it knocks it off. Oh yeah, look at that. Looks good. Wow, that's crazy. All right, that thing's awesome. Look at all those suds. All right guys, this thing's awesome. I would definitely recommend it. Giraffe Tools, go check them out. This is the Grand Falls pressure washer G30A. Click on the discount code below, guys, go get one. If you want to get one of these, click on the link below. There should be a discount code. Let me know if you get one. I think it's awesome. Giraffe Tools Grand Falls pressure washer G30A. Check it out. Later guys. Is that it? That's it. All right, got those cleaned up pretty good. The other two studs are in the manifold. These came all the way out, so I'm gonna break these loose. There we go. All right, before we put that beautiful carburetor on here, let's get some of this rust and dirt, mud daubers. Try to get as much of that junk out of here as we can so it doesn't get sucked up into the carburetor. Once we get the truck running and driving, then we'll come back. We'll take the carb off and some other stuff, pressure wash this really good, get everything cleaned the best we can, change whatever hoses and wires and stuff we need to, make it sweet. Let's do it. There's a rock down in there. That's looking better. Brush it off a little bit, then blow it off, and then we should be good to go. Just want to get as much of this dirt and dust off of here as we can. So it's not flying around the carburetor. It's pretty dusty. A lot of mud daubers living in here and stuff. They're everywhere. Yeah. All right, we got it cleaned up pretty good. Let's get this thing back on. I think we got most of the dirt. Well, there's a bunch of dirt still caked in there, but we got a lot of the loose dirt out of here. There was a bunch of it. So let's get the new carb, the rebuilt carb back on here. Came with a gasket and a spacer, so I'm assuming the gasket goes on first. And then a spacer, I guess. And there's a little vacuum port right there I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna put a cap on it real quick. Okay, there's a couple vacuum ports I'm gonna cap off for now. Hopefully I have the right ones here. Yeah, that fits. And then what else? I think we need to cap this too. Whatever that is. I don't know what that does. We'll have to find out. But it wasn't connected on the other, it was capped on the other one, so we're gonna cap it. So we got one there, one there. This is a heat riser thing, which is disconnected, so I'm not sure. I'm just gonna leave that like that. And I think that's it. There might be a cap on the vacuum advance on the distributor, because there's just a loose hose here coming off the front. So I'm just gonna put a cap on that real quick too. We'll have to figure out what that goes to if we need it. All right, I think we're ready to put it on. Yeah, just double check. I don't know about the gasket and the gasket in the manual. If you look in the manual, it shows a gasket, then it shows the spacer, then it shows another gasket. So, but there's only one gasket in the kit with the carburetor. Hopefully that'll do it. We'll find out. It's gonna come back off anyway when we go to clean the engine bay. So yeah, that sits on there real nice. Then there's a gasket. The kit, the carburetor came with this spacer and a gasket. Actually, I think I ordered the spacer extra, so I don't even know if I need the spacer or not, but let's put it on there. We can always take it back off. We're gonna take it back off when we go to clean this whole thing out, because I don't want to get water in the new carburetor. We'll get these nuts on here. pretty easy to swap these out. I don't know if you're supposed to put Teflon on this fuel fitting or not, but we'll try it dry first. Okay, we got fuel, got the battery, although this is not the correct size battery, and that may be affecting why it won't start from the key switch. I'm not sure, but we're gonna try the key switch now. There's no fuel in the carburetor. I haven't touched the carburetor yet. Let's go and see if it will turn. I don't think it will. I'm gonna try swapping the switch out here in a minute. Now we get the brake light on, but we're not getting it. So I'm gonna turn the key on, and we'll jump it over with a screwdriver. If it runs good, we'll go ahead and start switching out the switches. See if that helps. But we've also got something going on with the wiring here. It's looking pretty rough, so we might have an issue with that wire. I'm assuming that has something to do with the start. Maybe. It looks like it runs over here. It goes down to something down there. I don't know what that thing is. With a couple vacuum hoses on it, looks like. Not sure what that thing is, guys. If you know, let me know. And then a wire runs down, it looks like down to the transmission. So maybe there's some sort of transmission switch thing that's not working, and that cable might be bad too. So could be a couple different things going on. But for now, let's just hit it with the screwdriver real quick. All right, you guys ready? Let's try it. Let's try it. Here we go. It's gonna take a minute because we gotta get fuel to the carb. I didn't put any fuel in it yet. Oh yeah, it looks like it's pumping. I think it's gonna start, watch. There it goes. Yeah, that's awesome. Man, that thing's purring like a kitten. Wow, that's so cool. Might have a survivor on our hands, guys. Man, that thing sounds good. Wow. That's so cool. There it is, guys. Rebuilt carburetor. Just like that. Starts right up. Idling perfectly. Fuel pump's working good. No smoke coming out of the exhaust. Some fumes coming out of there, but wow. That's so freaking cool. All right, next test. Let's see if it goes into gear and drive. Let's see if it'll go into gear and drive around. All right, let's try it. Man, that door closes nicely. The brakes are a little sticky, but they seem to be working a little bit. Check this out. Let's do it. It goes into reverse, guys. Let's see if it'll go into neutral. Yep. Goes into drive. Second. First. Okay. Let's try it. Let's drive around a little bit. The brakes are a little sticky. It's running and driving, guys. I can't believe it. It feels like the brakes are getting better too. It's almost like they were all seized and stuck, and now they're starting to. The brake pedal feels better. I mean, we're still going to take a close look at them, but it is actually going into gear, stopping. My new carburetor is running great. We just got to figure out the key switch. Wow. Look at that. It goes and it stops. I'm not seeing the speedometer move at all. I'm not really seeing the temperature rising yet. So those might not be hooked up. But it's running, guys. Look at this. It's running good. The power steering's working nice. Can't believe it. It's pretty cool. Man, I haven't driven an old truck in a while. The last one I really drove was the first one I bought back in 2017 or something like that. This is cool. Wow, this is so cool. Oh, you know what? I need to put some a little air in the tires. Running and driving, guys. Feels good. Man, it is just purring along. Unbelievable. Feels so good to be behind the wheel of an old truck again. It's been such a long time. Wow. Feels like everything's starting to come back. The brakes are feeling good, steering feels good. It's just purring along. Look at that. Haven't even washed it yet and it looks awesome. We're gonna wash it, we're gonna take the camper off, the topper off, clean everything really good. We're gonna go through the brakes, new tires, clean the engine bay really good, buff it out, change all the belts and all that stuff. Hopefully the transmission is good for a while. We don't have to worry about it. Man, that thing's cool. It's got a little bit of rust here and there, but this is the best one I've had so far. I can't believe it. No smoke. No smoke coming out of it, guys. Just purring. Just purring. I don't know if the brake lights work. Let's see. Guys, let me know if the brake lights work and the blinkers. Working. All right, let's check the headlights. Oh yeah, headlights are on. Cool. Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. I'm speechless. Well, talking, but oh, it's so cool. I don't know if I can go that way. Let's try going this way. I gotta get this thing sorted out. It's driving me nuts. Every time you go to turn it, it sticks out. Sounds a little crispy in there. Probably can use probably a bushing or a bearing or something in the steering that needs to be lubed up. Wow, this is so cool. Feels good to have it feels good to buy an old classic truck that runs and drives with very little work. I mean, the carburetor, put that rebuilt carburetor on there, it's just purring like a kitten. Hitting all the bushes. Let's drive it around the farm a little bit. It's pretty cool. Feels like it's going into gears. Oh, that one skipped a little bit. That one's a little rough. I don't know if having that kick down shifter not connected is affecting it at all. This is my brother's tree farm. This is just part of it. He's got thousands of trees out here. Hey, the speedometer is moving around a little bit. Something's happening. Ooh, I don't want to get going too fast because I don't know how well those brakes are gonna do. I don't know if that tip gauge is moving at all. It might be moving a little bit. Pretty cool. Let's go this way. Running and driving. Running and driving. All right, well, gotta get that key switch figured out. I'm gonna order a gas tank, order the proper size battery, and do a detail job on it. There's something going on with the transmission, but it doesn't feel terrible. It's going. We're cruising. We're cruising, guys. Whoa. Holy cow. That was awesome. I think she needs some shocks. She's a little bumpy. Feels like driving a boat. It's pretty cool having an automatic. All right. Let's get back to the shop, and I don't know how much fuel we got left in that tank. Running and driving. Running and driving, running and driving. Wow. I can't believe it. Guys, this is so cool. This thing's running and driving. I can't believe it. I found a air filter in the shop. This was originally purchased for the Swamp Dragon, but it fits on here real good. It's really nice Edelbrock. It's kind of cool, the black. So we're using that for now. The original one's dirty and I need to get the correct filter for it. That filter doesn't fit in there. So that thing fits awesome. I replaced the solenoid and I also figured out what's going on with the key switch. I finally figured out what's going on with the key switch. I was sitting in here messing around. I changed the solenoid. I changed the switch out and I was messing with the gears and stuff. And what's going on is there must be some sort of a switch, a parking switch, and for some reason it's not engaging right now, but if you push on it right there, it engages and then you can start the car. Let me show you. I was in here messing around. I just changed the switch. The switch is really easy to change out. There's just this little ring on the outer sleeve here. You pull it down, it pops out. So I've got a brand new switch in there. It's a Motorcraft one. This key cylinder is original to the red truck I have, but the other switch was probably fine, but we didn't have a key for it. So check this out. It won't start, right? But if you put this over, starts right up. So there's some sort of a switch in here maybe. I'm not sure where. If you guys know, comment below, but I gotta figure out where that switch is, if there is one, or just keep doing what I'm doing, I guess. Pushing it over to the left. It seems to work, so that's awesome. It feels good to be able to start it from right here. That's and it's running like a dream. This thing popped off. This horn button popped off, so I gotta fix this. So it's running, it's driving, the key switch works, all the lights work, the horn works, the radio works, everything's working, guys. This thing is a true survivor. It's pretty cool. I still am not fully grasping how awesome it is, I don't think, because you just don't find them like this. There's nice trucks out there, don't get me wrong, but you know, a lot of them have been restored or fixed up, but this one is just a time capsule in a way, and it's a survivor because it's all original as far as I can tell. You know, there's been a couple little things done to it over the years, but it's all original, except, you know, they had it sprayed, some cheap spray job at some point, and it's all flaking off, and I bet the paint underneath is probably still good. So we're going to try to get as much of that off as we can, this top layer. There's a little rust in here. Hopefully there's not a lot of Bondo in here. They could have had some Bondo put on it and then sprayed it. It's possible. But just from looking at the cab mounts and the cab corners and the bed, this thing is in really good condition. The roof, it's pretty sweet. It's really sweet for the price point and the fact that it has been sitting at a scrapyard. It's just crazy. But we're going to keep going with it. We're going to get it cleaned up inside and out, brakes, tires, get it back on the road, have some fun with it, and keep it alive. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you on the next one. Later.